everyone, welcome back to my channel, and as promised, I will be showing how I use and apply the tools and products to get an easy everyday look. So let's get started. Alright, so I start off by applying a pea-sized amount of moisturizer and massage it all over my face, including my neck. Next off, I fill in my eyebrows using the eyebrow pencil. I start by brushing the hair upwards, and then I outline the brows by following its natural shape and then fill it in. I then brush it off to avoid any harsh lines for a more natural look. I also simply use my fingers to erase and shape my brows. I know it's an unusual technique, but I do this to avoid using too much concealer. Alright, and then next I apply a small amount of primer starting off from my T-zone area, and then I try to work my way out into applying it all over. I also try to apply some on my eyes, like on my under eye and my lids, so that the concealer that I will be applying later on will have a much smoother look and that it'll stay longer. After that, I curl my lashes using an eyelash curler. I try to curl my lashes before putting any eye makeup on, especially eyeliner, so that the curler itself will not accidentally smudge or erase the eyeshadow or liner applied. Plus, doing this will also help in letting the skin completely absorb the primer applied earlier. Lastly, I condition my lips using a lip balm. Now, to hide all the blemishes on my face, I apply the concealer and then start off by applying it using my fingers. But after that, I do use a damp sponge to blend the concealer well onto my skin. I do the same technique when putting concealer on my eye area. If there's a need to go back on any blemishes, I try to add more concealer, but of course I try to avoid going overboard so that it'll not look too much. Now, to set and bake the concealer, I now apply the translucent powder with the use of a fluffy brush, and then try to spread the powder all over. If you notice, I did not use any foundation. That is because I don't have one. On my future videos, though, I'll be using one. For the sake of this clip though, the goal is to use less products, especially if you already have an amazing skin. Also, this look will enhance your natural features rather than hiding it from too much layers of products. Next, to chisel and warm up the face, I apply the bronzer. I apply it just right below my cheekbone, temples, hair and jawline, and the sides of my nose so it looks matangos. After the bronzer, I now apply the blush. What I've been doing lately, and this is something that I've learned, is instead of applying the blush on the cheekbones or the apples, I try to apply it just on the upper cheekbone area, because in that way my face will look lifted. And then for a more natural look, of course, a more natural and sun-kissed look, I apply some on the nose as well. To now set everything that is initially applied, I spritz now my face with the setting spray. So while waiting for the setting spray to dry off, what I do is just for good measure, I try to brush the eyebrows again after it's been brushed, putting on powder and all that. And then as well, I try to go back and use the eyelash curler again. This is just more of a personal preference because I do have naturally short and straight lashes, and I find that every time it gets wet with the spray, it goes back to being straight again. So that's why I try to curl my lashes again after doing so. Alright, so here comes the fun part, and like I mentioned previously, this is one of my favorites, which is applying the mascara on my lashes to make it look longer. Now, as a personal preference, I only apply one coat of the mascara just so that it will not look clumpy. Next off, I'm jumping now to one of my favorite products as well that I mentioned previously is the highlighter. Now, the points that I mostly apply it on is on the upper cheekbone, the temples, the bridge and the tip of my nose, my cupid's bow, the chin, my brow bone area, and lastly, the inner corner of my eyes. Alright, and the last product now that I'll be applying is the lip butter. Now what I do is, instead of swiping it all over my lips, I just dab a few dots onto my lips and then spread it with the use of my finger. I also decided to use this lip butter, it's just because it's the only red product that I have right now, and instead of being all too basic, I decided to play with a bit more color into my face. And that is it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed watching and was able to take away some techniques that I do to pull off this look. I will be putting the details of the products on the description box below, and as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also, I'd like to hear on what you do or use for your own easy everyday look by leaving comments on the comments section. Till next time, bye!